Good morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am out on an early morning ride and I want to go over a little bit of the specs of this Extreme Bull Commander that is gonna hopefully hit our shores. Looks like the guys were saying sort of end of November, December, but that's probably going to be in the US, so in the UK we'll probably have to wait a little bit longer. But I just want to go over the specs. You know, it's one of those companies that has emerged from sort of like a side or a partnership with Begode or Gotway, and it's quite interesting. You know, I think personally, the more different companies building wheels, the more options we're gonna get, and it's gonna push everyone to start making better wheels, faster, longer range, and a range within that company, meaning say a 16-inch wheel, 18-inch wheel, 20, 22, 24-inch wheels. So it's super exciting times. You know, it's so great to be able to see another company stepping forward and also trying to design something and bring it to market. Hopefully it's going to be successful, because it gives us riders across the world a massive option to choose what we like: styles, looks, performance, weight, battery range, you know, suspension, non-suspension. So yeah, you know, it's a win-win for us all, I think, and everyone needs to really sort of, you know, yes, it's going to be their first hit at a wheel, but you know, look at the guys at Sherman or Veteran. They also had a first stab at a wheel. Yes, they came again from Gotway Begode, so they had some, well, they had probably a lot of experience, because the Sherman that they launched were like really awesome. But yeah, you know, hopefully this wheel will be just setting that starting bar even higher. And this will be quite interesting as well for me to look at is are they going to produce a wheel, say, well, as far as I understand of what I've read, is they're going to be using the Begode or Gotway's motors, but all the rest is going to be their equipment. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to launch this wheel and the quality checking and all the other bits that we are looking for is going to be good. Imagine that. So they're using a part from Gotway Begode, and it's better launching. that'd be interesting. You know, it then makes the other brands go like, oh, geez, okay, these guys are stepping up to the plate and they're actually moving or excelling forward. We'll have to do this, otherwise we're not going to sell any wheels. You know, from what I've seen from some of the pre-orders and stuff, you know, the guys were saying it's coming in at about $3,800 and to $4,500. I also saw another company saying it's going to be around $5,200. Pooh, bam! That's a lot of money. You know, that's a lot of money. But what do you guys think? Give me some comments below about what you like about this wheel, and also the things that you don't like about this wheel. And I'm going to cover the points that I've read and I've seen about, and maybe it will just put it out there, you know. But yeah, for me, it looks like quite a solid wheel. It's a solid competitor. But yeah, first let's get some riding in. Oh, I'm on the S18 today. Ooh, this little section is so nice. It looks like the this Commander is going to be almost like a direct comparison to the Sherman. But there's also quite a lot of talk on the forums and stuff that Veteran is going to decommission the Sherman, so it's not going to be competition anymore. So that'll be quite interesting. But yeah, to be honest, I don't hope that they decommission the Sherman. It's a great wheel. I would just like them to develop it further. So it's not going to have suspension, same as what the Sherman is. It's very much the same build as the Sherman. The look, whoa, it's getting quite narrow here. It's going to have the same build as the Sherman. And the other thing that is quite nice, it's got these two handles in the front. The handle on the front and the back. That's pretty much like this external frame in the Sherman, where you can really lift the wheel up. Because this wheel is going to be 30 kilograms. Ooh, whoa, quite a hefty wheel. So that's the weight, and I think it's pretty much in line with the Sherman. The other thing is, it's also going to be, what did I see? The motor is going to be a 3,000 watt motor, and that is quite a nice size motor. I think the Sherman is about a 3,200 watt motor, so it's definitely one up. There's that little section. Let me just quickly check that. I've got the stats here. Let me just quickly stop and just run through the stats, just so you guys know. So yeah, the Commander is going to have a plus top speed of about 75 kilometers plus. And there's also going to be two versions. So there's going to be a torque version and a high speed version. Now, as far as I understand, they're using the same motor. It's just a different configuration on the controller board. The same as what the other Pagoda Gotway wheels do. So they have same motor, they just tune it a little bit differently. So for high speed, and then for high torque. Personally, for me, I do like a high torque motor rather than a high speed. But yeah, it gives again options to everyone that likes to ride. So that's the one thing. Range. The thing is the range, because the battery is, as far as I can see, the battery is a 3,600 watt hour battery compared to the Sherman's 3,200 watt hour battery. And I must say, my Sherman, I'm 75 kilograms. So yeah, my Sherman gives me, and I've done the range test, 20 miles to work, 20 miles back, and it's not high speed compared to what other people can ride. It gives me a solid 95 miles. So this thing with a little bit larger battery, 3,200 compared to 3,600. Yes, it's probably going to be, if you cruise slower, you are definitely going to be able to get that 100-mile secret number. But I think with my Sherman, if I keep it at 20 miles an hour, I will also be able to reach 100 miles. It is battery size and range is a very moving target, because it all depends on the rider weight, the rain, the speed you ride at, the wheels weight, everything, man. There's just so many things. It's just an average ballpark. If I can get 90 miles on a long range wheel that's sold as a long range wheel, I am super happy. So that's the one thing. No suspension. The charger is going to be a 5 amp charger, so it's the same as the Sherman. We don't know if it's got dual port charging yet, where the Sherman does have the dual port charging, as we all know by now. The weight is going to be 80 pounds, where the Sherman is a little bit lighter at 77 pounds. You know, at that weight, a few grams is not going to make a massive difference. It's a heavy wheel. Boom, it's heavy. charge time 7 hours compared to Sherman 6 hours. And then this is interesting for me, the clearance. Now I assume this stat they've put here on the website is the clearance of the pedals. Now the Commander is 6.3 inches, where the Sherman is 5.9. Now as far as I understand, my Sherman is what is it, 15 centimeters high, because I've got the Gen 1, and the one up is a little bit higher. Now the clearance on the Commander is then 6.3 inches. Now usually what happens is if the batteries is not weighed exactly the same on the sides of the wheel, really low down, and you've got maybe a top heavy wheel, when you have to stop and it creates wobble, it's just more to deal with. It's more weight, and the wobble becomes more sort of not intrusive, but it becomes more. You need to manhandle the wheel back into action. If I look at my Sherman, if I brake hard on the Sherman, it just stops. It just stays in that straight line. And that's so nice, so nice, solid. So hopefully the Commander will be exactly the same. Batteries on both sides, well low, and all the weight is at the bottom. It looks pretty much the same as the Sherman on the top as well. It's got a small little screen, not as big as the Sherman screen. It's got a small little screen. I hope that is water. It's got waterproofing, so riding in the UK and the rain lies on top of the screen and seeps into the side. So I hope that is sorted out. But I hope that it's the same. The Sherman has got the system board or the main board on the top. And I hope the Commander is exactly the same, also on the top, and the batteries can be on the side. I also did see there's quite a lot of screw holes on the side, so it looks like this wheel might be easy to service. Again, taking the side panels off, you don't have to worry about stripping screws or damaging screws. I hope that they just looked at all the people's complaints and said, okay, well, let's just do something proper, so the people can take the thing apart numerous times without really damaging the hole that it goes into, and then the screw heads, because that's usually the problem. If it's too soft, people strip it or over tighten it, and it just breaks the shell or the place where it actually tightens into. It's not nice, especially on an expensive wheel like this. The max grade that it can go up a hill is at 30 degrees. For me, it's not a massive thing. Most of my riding is flat, a little bit uphill, but most of the wheels out there can handle most of the stuff that I throw at it. I think if you want to do big mountain bike trails where you have to climb a mountain, I'm talking about steep inclines, then yes, you're going to need more torque, and more the ability to actually go up that hill. But again, if you want to climb a massive steep hill on a wheel that weighs 38 kilograms, and that thing slips out and it falls down and it damages the wheel, no. Again, I don't have personally, I don't have I don't really like to damage a wheel. Yes, if I do come off because it's my mistake and it gets damaged, that's perfectly fine. But if I want to try something to see if I can get up something that it's not really built for that wheel or for that tool, and it falls down and it damages the wheel, it's not really what I'm into, to be honest. Yeah, that's the one stuff. And then I just the battery 3600 is going to be having, well, it looks like it's going to have the LG cells. It's going to be a 100 volt motor, 3 amp, and 3000 watt motor. So I assume this is going to be the hollow bore motors. We'll see about if they actually make the bore or the small or the hole smaller, so the bearings can be smaller, so the bearings can be sealed, and then we don't have to have problems with water ingress into the bearings. Listen, if I pay that much money for a wheel, I don't want to be taking a wheel apart and re-greasing it and sealing it. Come on. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm just full of nonsense, but it's just a lot of money for me to go and open a wheel that's probably going to be still under warranty because I just bought it, to fix the problems. Yeah, some people do like doing that. I like doing that when my wheel is really old and the warranty is gone. The other thing is, they say it's going to be having a top speed of like 50 miles per hour. That is at the battery at 100%. That is a very nice speed. To be honest, I had a quick look last night over the wheels, stats and so forth, and some of the pictures. And to be honest, whoa, a little bit of sogginess there. The one thing that I did notice is there's a lot of clearance on the top where the tire runs, and there's a lot of clearance on the sides. Now for me, that's a massive bonus. If the wheel can be, if the wheel has got enough clearance, it gives, again, people the option to change tires. Also, this one comes with spiked aluminium pedals. Massive thumbs up, you know, it's like it's great stuff, and it looks cool. The other thing that it also comes with, it looks like it comes with proper side pads, or power pads, but again, you can probably fit your own. It's a nice flat shell on the side. That's again a bonus. You know, as soon as you start designing something fancy on the side, then the pedals or the pads can't fit nicely enough. The other thing is, let's go down here. The other thing that's quite nice as well is, what's the other thing? So it gives us a tire option. It comes with a nice knobby tire. This looks like pretty much the same tire as the Sherman, and that's a bonus. I love the sound of this of the Sherman's tire. So enough clearance for tire options. Enough clearance to actually clear out mud and stuff. So what I found with the S18, when I ride really boggy conditions, the mud here in the UK is almost like it's like clay, so it sticks into the wheel, and then the wheel becomes under strain because it cakes up in the fender, and the fender now, the mud doesn't clear. So if the mud can be cleared because of this knobby tire, it's again big thumbs up on that thing. The lights look like really bright LED lights. It doesn't look like it's adjustable. Again, for me personally, I don't really ride at the night, and if you need to ride at night, there's so many areas on that Extreme Bull where you can clip on shred lights or any of these cycling lights that you can get more light. So I don't think the light is a problem. It's got side lights as well, so you can probably configure that to make nice patterns and whatever. That's again a big thumbs up for me. You know, a lot of people don't just like the front and the rear light, and they want a little bit of movement within the wheel, and that's fine. I actually do like it as well. This one is a little bit muted as far as I can see, so it's not super bright. It's not on the outside. It's almost like it's behind the cover, and it's looks like a little bit like frosted or matte, so it's not bright. What else did I see from the photos? I've covered the screws. That's quite cool to be able to have that. The trolley handle looks like the same as the Sherman, exactly the same place, so it makes sense. It clips in, it's part of that whole top shell, clips out, and it's nice in the middle. The wheel is balanced and it's easy to maneuver. I really only use my my handle to move the wheel around to get into the car or something in that line. I never use it to run around the shops or whatever. What's the other thing that I did see? Oh yes, the fender at the rear, so the mudguard that doubles as a stand. Again, big thumbs up. You know, these things are built in, and this is by far the best option. So you can get up on the wheel, ride to your destination. I just hope it's wide enough that you can clip the wheel back and enjoy that the wheel is standing there securely while you maybe grabbing a coffee or something in that line. Especially for a wheel that heavy, you don't really want it to fall over, because more weight, it just can damage the wheel so much easier. So yeah, built-in mud guard. It's like let's have a look at all the complaints on the web about wheels and just ticking the stuff off. That's the list. We need to think about these things, tick it off. That's what I like about new guys entering the realms of building wheels, is they look at the other guys, and that's good stuff. They look at the other guys and they try and tick off all the problems that they have seen from the other wheels. And they basically go, bam, guys, this is our starting blocks. And then they go like, whoa, this is really good. So this is pretty much all I can think of. Can't really think of anything else that really stands out on this wheel. The only thing out of all these lovely things is like the price. It's like a little it's just too much. It's just too much. It's just too much for me. 3,000, over 3,000 pounds. It's a lot of money. But yeah, it might probably not be for me. But that's the thing, is I wish it would be lower so it can be used by more people. Okay guys, I think this is going to be quite a long video. I'll put a lot of photos all over the place so you can see the front and the rear of the wheel. I'll also drop the full stats of the wheel that I could find scraped together on the web down in the description below if you want to be interested in that. And please drop some comments below of what you think about this wheel. If you're interested in the wheel, and also what you currently ride. It'd be quite interesting to see what you guys ride and what wheel you are excited about in coming up into the end of 2021 and going into 2022. What is your favorite? And which one are you looking forward to the most? Again, thank you very much guys for watching, and I will see you on the next ride. Cheers.